In this video, I'll introduce you to Rookout. Rookout is a production-grade, real-time debugging and data collection platform which allows you to collect snapshots of data from your application on demand from any environment with just a few clicks. In this demo, we'll use a simple to-do application where Rookout has already been deployed, which allows you to add items or delete them from a list. The application is written in Java and it's currently running on Kubernetes and Google Cloud. Let's take a look at how to debug this application so that we can get to the bottom of issues faster. First, we set one or more filters to drill in on the specific server or microservice instances that we'd like to debug. Then clicking Let's Go brings us into the debugging view. You'll notice the Rookout interface is designed to be similar to an IDE, although it's not an actual replacement for your current development environment. The next step is to connect to your source code repository. You can connect to a Git provider or use a locally cloned repo. Keep in mind that your source code is never sent to or able to be seen by Rookout. Now let's say we want to collect data from the part of your code that's responsible for adding to-do tasks, the add to-do function. We can click on a line to set a non-breaking breakpoint, the point where we'd like to collect a snapshot of data. The breakpoint allows you to collect data about the state of your application without ever stopping it or affecting its performance. Now when we switch back to our application and add a to-do task, the data will be collected and appear immediately in our message view. Clicking on the message, we can see all of the local variables and their values, the server and process information, the entire stack leading to line 45 where we set our breakpoint, as well as the ability to debug code up the stack, including third-party components, and even automatically gather tracing information from the running application. Each breakpoint has additional advanced configuration that you can edit in order to configure things like conditions and time to live. You can decide which variables to collect, configure the collection depth, as well as whether or not to include the stack trace or tracing information. You can also include additional external targets where you'd like to send the data. One of Rookout's main use cases is logging and alerting. Let's assume we want to send the data to another destination such as Slack. We apply a custom log message that we'd like to send and change the target to Slack. Now when we configure the breakpoint, we'll see the alert and message data in our monitoring Slack channel. It's possible to send the data to any other destination which supports an API call. Just enter the targets page and add or configure additional targets, such as Elasticsearch, Logs.io, Datadog, Prometheus, and many more. And if you have sensitive data in your environment, simply apply data redaction rules to redact those fields before they're viewable in Rookout or sent to a third-party system. Note that at no point did we restart, redeploy, or write additional code for the application. Want to know more? Check out our docs or chat with us at rookout.com.
Hello and welcome! We have some exciting talks on the menu featuring speakers from all around the galaxy. Just before you take off, make sure that your spaceship runs the latest version of the JVM. This event was made possible by Rookout, the gold sponsor, silver sponsors, and media partners. Let's open up with the featured talk of the conference. Understandably, understanding understandability is prone to misunderstandings. Liran Haimovitch, CTO at Rookout, will teach you how to get things right.
I'll be sharing with you some of my insights about software understandability and what we learned building the next generation debugging platform. To give you some context, software understandability is the concept that measures how hard or easy it is for us as software engineers to understand the software applications we are working with.
We open the testing track with some life hacking. Brian Vermeer, developer advocate at SNCC, will show you how to break into your Java web application.
In my talk, we will dive into Java applications and see what can go wrong and hack a few applications. It will be fun, trust me. We will look at why it is important to embrace the whole DevSecOps mindset. Hope to see you there.
Can veggies help you with testing? We're about to find out. Please tune in for BDD with JUnit 5 and Cucumber, a talk by Catalin Tudose, Java and web technologies expert at Luxoft.
Hello everybody! I have recently published the book JUnit in Action 3rd edition. We'll demonstrate how to write applications that are doing the right thing and fulfill the business needs of their users.
Nothing feels better than plotting a nice graph after a long session of benchmarking. Frank Kriegl, software developer and Java enthusiast, is here to share with you his recent findings.
Hi there, I would like to invite you to join me on my journey into the world of just-in-time compilers and Java microbenchmarking. Besides working as a full-time developer, I'm also currently doing my master studies. I would like to share some results with you of one of my recent researches, which is about the topic of JVM warm-up performance. I just wanted to let you know about the learnings I made there and hopefully motivate you to also do some Java microbenchmarking yourselves.
Are you still uncertain how garbage collection works in Java, but at this point you're too afraid to ask? No worries. Igor Braga, software developer at IBM, is here to help.
Hello everyone. Are you curious to know what's happening under the hood of a Java application? I'm going to be sharing with you the different policies, the different configurations that can be used in a Java application, how these different configurations differ from each other, how the heap is laid out in memory, and how each of these configurations are located in the allocate memory. I'm very excited and I hope to see you at Conf42 in March 25th.
Too much space radiation may cause mutations, but sometimes it comes in handy. Rafal Leszko, Cloud Native Team Lead at Hazelcast, will introduce you to mutation testing with Pit.
Hello, I will start from the basics and then show you how you can use mutation testing in your own project. All that to improve the quality of the code you write.
The deep dive track opens up with Reacting to Event-Driven World, a talk by Grace Jansen, developer advocate at IBM.
My talk is going to be about utilizing reactive technologies and technologies like Kafka to be able to really deal with this event-heavy, this event-centric world that we now place our applications into. Thanks very much for joining. Looking forward to it.
Are you using Apache Kafka in your day-to-day? Demystify event-driven architectures with Bogdan Sucaciu, tech lead at Deloitte Digital.
Event-driven architectures. What problem do they actually solve? They've got quite an interesting reputation across many years of their existence, making them the best option for real-time systems. But is that the only problem that they can solve? I hope you'll join my session and find out where lies the real power of event-driven architectures. See you there.
Great Scott! It's back to Completable Future with Dmitry Vinnik, developer advocate at Facebook.
In this talk, we'll take a closer look at using concurrency in Java. We will explore at how Java developers used to think about concurrency using runnables, futures, and executor framework. After discussing this more complex way of managing concurrency, we will take a look at the exciting world of asynchrony using completable futures. As I focus on mobile open source at Facebook, I'll use popular Android frameworks like Fresco and Litho to showcase lessons that we will learn today at this presentation. Thank you for listening, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you in my presentation.
Is your JVM running at light speed? If not, Ranjan, Mohan and Silvia will tell you how to debug performance issues.
Hello folks, the targeted audience are people who would like to understand the JVM or Java instrumentation in order to triage certain Java performance issues. We'll be sharing fragments of our experiences with performance issues that we have faced in the past. So we eventually hope to make it a much more comprehensive guide someday. If you're interested, feel free to hop on over and we look forward to seeing you there.
On the other hand, are you on JUnit 5 yet? No? Then let's make a leap with Yehonathan Meek, software developer at the Home Depot.
My talk is going to be exploring a little bit about what does it take to make that jump, as well as some of the wonderful features that have been introduced inside of JUnit 5. Looking forward to having you at my talk.
Have you ever wondered how dependency injection frameworks work? Mark Hendriks, software architect at Ordina Tech, will show you how to build your own.
Hey everyone, have you always wondered how all this magic is being done by, for instance, Jakarta EE or the Spring Framework? Then I would highly recommend you to join me at my Conf42 presentation. I hope to see you there.
If you still don't know how Groovy and Kotlin help adopting good Java practices, then please tune in for this talk by Naresha K.
I'm sure many of you have read Effective Java and found the suggestions very useful when you develop Java applications. When I started working on modern JVM languages like Groovy and Kotlin, I thought, can I really take advantage of the Effective Java suggestions in these languages as well? I'm really happy I asked that question. Not only I was able to apply these practices in my Groovy and Kotlin code, but also I could learn some very valuable lessons on what programming languages can do to influence developers to adopt good practices.
Phillip Kruger, principal software engineer at Red Hat, will show you how to make your APIs queryable.
And in this talk, we will show how to take an existing JAX-RS REST service, convert it to GraphQL, and then we'll deep dive into some of the features of GraphQL. Hope to see you there.
Now let's get reactive with relational databases and R2DBC. Please join me in welcoming Rob Hedgpeth, Director of Developer Relations at MariaDB.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my office/kitchen/living room, maybe even bedroom, depending on how long I work. I'm going to be speaking about a new database connectivity specification called R2DBC, which helps you communicate in a fully reactive manner with relational databases. I really hope to see you there.
Yehonathan Sharvit, Clojure wizard at Psychognito, will show you how to apply data-oriented programming principles in Java and reduce the complexity of the systems you build.
Hello, I'm the author of Data-Oriented Programming, and I am super excited toward my talk, and I have great news for you, Java developer. After listening to my talk, your developing experience in Java is gonna be much more fun. Come and enjoy!
Have you ever worked with code that you can easily refactor without breaking things? Enjoy type-safe web development with ITA, a talk by Mappuji Abdurrachman, founder at Kulkul Technology.
I want to talk about functional programming languages, especially Ada, one of the FP language in the JVM world. And I believe that FP languages, if done right, and if it's combined with a type system, can be very useful tool in your toolbox. And I want you to enjoy FP as much as I enjoy FP. And talk to you soon in the conference and learn more about FP with me.
Code meets photography. Find out about the technology behind the best country for observing the Northern Lights with Dennis Makogon, principal software developer at Oracle.
As many of you, I'm a software engineer. Alongside with my work on my spare time, I do the landscape photography as a hobby. You're here to listen a quite interesting story of how my both skill sets aligned together and how such a great collision turned into a great story of the Northern Lights hunt.
Now let's see how to migrate from imperative to reactive with Nicolas Frankel, developer advocate at Hazelcast.
Hi folks, if like me you want to know more about how you can migrate your imperative code to reactive, please join me at Conf42 for my talk From Imperative to Reactive.
If you've ever had a long night on call, then I'm sure you will enjoy some pointers from Tom Granot, developer advocate at Lightrun.
We're going to talk about close to real-life incident in an enterprise software setting, talk a little bit about what our tools and our monitoring stacks tell us during these type of situations, but more importantly, talk about what these tools miss, unravel the mystery of the incident in real time, and at the end offer a few solutions as to what you can do, to have better on-call sessions. I'm pretty excited, and see you soon.
Code reviews shouldn't hurt. Instead, they should give you the best way your code should look and then leave you energized for your future work. The last but certainly not least, Victor Rentea, technical trainer and consultant, will give you many tricks you can use straight away.
Hello everyone, I'll be talking about code reviews, what I've learned while discussing these topics with thousands of developers in hundreds of teams throughout my experience as a trainer. I'll be talking about the best practices of a code review, how to tackle it on both sides, both the reviewee and the reviewer, and some practical tips and tricks about easing the process of code review. Hope to see you, it will be very interesting at once.
This is all we got. You can watch all the content right now upon free registration. Please also feel free to join our Discord server to discuss with speakers. We have also some giveaways on the way, including AWS credits and free books, so stay tuned for this as well. There's a new episode of Conf42 cast coming next week. Space birds love cyberbugs, starring Liran Haimovitch and Meek. Once more, big thank you to everyone. Have an excellent weekend, stay safe, bye bye.